Okay, we're live. I'm Kristin Eggerling with the Northwest Minnesota Arts Council. I'm the promotions specialist, and today we have Tanya. Do you go by Mama T?
I do, but you can call me by my real name if you really want to.
And Trey Everett, who's our showcase specialist. So maybe Trey, you want to introduce yourself, and then Tanya, you could talk a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Trey, and I'm the showcase specialist, which just means I work with galleries with the Northwest Minnesota Arts Council. And our next gallery that's coming up in Thief River Falls is going to be a music gallery, and that's how I became acquainted with Mama T or Tanya. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, Mama T, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Well, I was friends with little Bobby for 30 years. And then he bought that bar, and about a year out, he'd been trying to get me and my ex-husband to come visit him at his bar for a year. And one day I, not related at all, decided to leave my ex-husband, and I randomly post to Facebook, so now what? And this Bobby got on this post right away and says, "Come out and visit." Like he had no idea. So I showed up, and the rest is history. I helped him with his promotion. Obviously, started dating. Helped him with his promotions and did his one pages for him. Helped him run his bar, and he got me to start my podcast, the Little Bobby Buzz. On also a newsletter. Had me start a newsletter too. Um, where we and it was just when he passed away last year, me and the producer decided we were just going to keep on carrying on little Bobby's legacies, keep the music alive, support the musicians, and bring music to the kids.
Okay. So let's kind of let everybody know what more about this. So we are in McIntosh, Minnesota, and Mama T, can you tell everybody who is little Bobby, and just a little bit about an intro to him?
Little Bobby was a third generation musician. His grandpa had a band, his dad had a band. Anybody in Northwest Minnesota heard of his dad and his grandpa. They would go play barn dances everywhere. Um, Bobby was, let's say, he was learning another profession for a few years, and and somebody else that was learning a new profession. Um, Told him, "Hey man, you got this blues voice." Like Bobby had always liked playing. He always played like his dad. His aunt got him a drum set. His aunt and uncle got him a drum set when he was like 8 or 10, and his dad always brought him with. He was playing at the bar when he was like in barn dances when he was like 12, 13, 14 years old. So he could play any instrument too. But this guy that was also learning a new profession um, told him, "Man, you really got this blues voice." And it just it occurred to him, "Yeah, okay. I haven't really been into blues, but we'll check it out." And he did so many things with so many people. I mean, he had there's a woman, Norgine Russo. He traveled with her for a long time, and he actually went overseas. They did Raw Raw Blues Festival in Katowice, Poland. He had his own recording studio, Untouchable Productions, and I think I gave you the CD cover for this one.
Yeah.
It was the Hobson Sessions, and it was basically the Women of the Blues. That was his first Women of the Blues thing, and he produced this whole album with all these women from all over the place and got them all on a CD together. And that was he really loved doing that. He really, and that was another thing. He was not just supportive of musicians themselves, but he was all extra supportive towards women musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk to Dua about that.
Mm-hmm.
I messaged her and said that she needs to contact you, and like even just type something
I've
out.
emailed her and she's sent me a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He was super, and that's why he started at the bar. He started this Women of the Blues festival every year.
Okay.
And he would highlight and feature women artists.
Okay.
And he's the one that got me singing again. I used to sing a lot when I was in grade school and middle school. And then when I turned 21, I decided that I was going to go to the bar and do karaoke. And I bombed hard. Like, you know, I didn't know people actually booed people at karaoke. Like, rude. Like, and then from that day on, I was like, I'm never singing in public again. Well, and it was my own fault. You know, it's not singing along to the radio. Like, you have to practice. It's just going to be you there, you know. And yeah. And then my nerves got a hold of me. But when my mom passed away, Bobby and I had been together since 9 months. And that phone call came 30. And
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I don't know if I screamed.
Yeah, no, that's good right there. Yeah.
If I screamed or if I cried, but he was laying next to me and he said, "Did I hear what you just heard?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You know, I lost my dad not long ago, and about a year ago, and you grieve however you need to grieve. You want to scream, scream.
Mm-hmm.
You want to cry, cry. You want to sleep, sleep. You want to drink, drink." Mm-hmm. He says, "You grieve however you need to. I'll be here for you." Mm-hmm. And for several years in a row, I had been practicing this Nora Jones song, my mom's favorite song, and I was going to sing it to her for her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
She died a week before her birthday.
Okay.
And the previous few years, we didn't get a chance to go see her on her birthday, me and my ex-husband. So, Bobby, I don't know if he heard me or if I told him. I can't remember at this point. But he said, "Babe, you can sing." Like, "No, I can't." "Yes, babe, you can sing." But I wouldn't even, at that point, I wouldn't even sing along with the radio in front of him when we were in the car, you know. But we were drinking one night and we were sitting out back behind the bar, and he was talking to his sister and her husband, and I kind of had my back to them a little bit, and the jukebox was on, and all of a sudden, and I was singing along, and all of a sudden I realized everybody was quiet. And I turned around and they were all staring at me, and I was like, what? He's like, "Babe, do it again. You can sing. I told you could sing." So fast forward, he's like, "Babe, you've been practicing this song." I said, "Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to sing it at her funeral." And he started laughing. My sister too. She's like, "You're not gonna sing at her funeral. You're not gonna be able to sing at her funeral." So what Bobby did was he took me in the studio, gave me a drink, put me in front of the microphone, set the computer up, and said, "Here, I know you can't sing in front of me. I'll keep your drink full." He says, "Here's how you play it. This is how you record. This is how you listen back. This is how you start over. Come out when you're done."
Okay.
And he put it on a CD, and it was played at my mom's funeral.
That is so awesome. So he's like a super supportive person.
Absolutely he was. Yeah.
And so just so everybody knows, for our next exhibit, our music exhibit, we're going to have 2 featured artists, along with a lot of other Northwest Minnesota artists, like kind of snapshots of those artists. But Little Bobby is one of our featured artists. And so that's how I met Mama T. I came up here with my wife, Green, and we went to the bar, saw the bar, met you and Deborah and Pat and more people. And so it was a fun time. Pam.
I was like, "Oh,
Pam.
yeah, she's a musician too."
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually recorded one of her CDs for her albums.
Okay.
Well, I think it's still on his computer, actually. I have to think of it. I don't think he actually got it all the way down.
Okay. Okay. So, can you just tell us a little bit tell us more about you and kind of, you do the buzz. Tell us what that is. Uh, are you singing more? Just tell us a little bit about you.
Well, after we did that CD and played it at Mom's funeral, he's like, I was still nervous about singing. I still had issues singing in front of people. So what he would do is, under the guise of looking for a new voice for my next album, he'd drag me to karaoke. Babe, you should get up there. Babe, you should get up there. Babe, you should get up there. No, no, no. Maybe one more. Maybe after one more drink. Maybe after one more drink. So finally, I did start getting up there, and it's like, all right, babe. And then it got to the point when he'd have people on stage, or he'd be on stage, and I'd be behind the bar. He'd be like, Thunderbones, get up here, come sing. Those people can wait for their beers. There was a lot of progression from not being able to sing even along with the radio when it was full blast, when he was sitting next to me in the car, to they can wait for their beers, get up here and sing. And so then the way the newsletter started was so Bobby was very charismatic. He was very personable, but he still was able to rub some people the wrong way. He didn't like fake people. And there was someone at the bar who was, well, let's just say that we got to the point where we couldn't put an ad in the newspaper anymore, because it wouldn't run until the following week.
Okay.
After the event was already over.
Right.
And that was because of this butting of the heads he had with somebody over there. And finally, he's like, "Babe, why don't you just start your own paper? You can write a better paper than this one anyways." It's like, "I can?" "Oh, yeah." That's when he got me started doing the newsletter. And in every newsletter, it was always highway stories. And if there was a holiday, it would be about a holiday. Or if we take a road trip, like we went to Clarksdale, I went to Alaska. Those were the highway stories. And then there would be a featured artist. And then on the second page, there would always be a featured veteran. Bobby also supported the veterans. And that was another thing. He would always brag, "Oh, she was in the Army. She gets stuff done. She knows how to kick ass." And then, recent events, and then the calendar, the stuff that was coming up. And in exchange for these being all over town at every business, he did free advertising for them on the back.
Okay.
So that was a good deal here in town.
Okay.
And then I'm on this other podcast as well, called Renegade Radio. And I do that on Monday nights. And that one, let's just say that it's kind of raw. It's more of a joking around, having a few drinks with the guys kind of podcast.
Okay.
Cussing and swearing and dirty jokes and drinking and smoking, and we get some really good guests on there. I mean, we, like Mike Myers' brother Paul was one of our guests. I mean, we get anyway. Long story short, too late. Yeah, I know. One day during the pre-show, so that alarm, I don't know what that alarm is for. Oh, that was for me to hurry up and make sure I'm ready for my show. I lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot. So during the pre-show, the host of the show said some things about Bobby that I didn't really care for and that I was offended by. And under the guise of, oh, I'm just roasting him. No, he's not here to defend himself. That's not a roast. That's talking shit. Pardon my language. So talked to Bobby about it. He's like, start your own podcast. You can do it better than that loser anyway. So then I started the podcast. And after he passed away, Jeremy and I did decide to keep going with it just because we had to carry on Bobby's legacy. Keep the music alive, support the musicians, get the music out to the kids. The Little Bobby Buzz is always PG. It's there's no cussing, drinking, swearing, dirty jokes, and nothing like that. It's on Sundays at 5 p.m.
And how can people find that?
Little Bobby Buzz on Facebook, or they can go to the www.littlebobbybuzz.com.
Okay.
You can find some of my old newsletters on there. You can find links to the bar and events going on over at the bar. You can find links to some of my producers' other stuff he does.
Okay.
And then all my old shows. So.
Okay, awesome.
How do you find your guests for the podcast?
For my podcast, a lot of them I still know through Bobby. Like I had Jimmy Primetime Smith on twice. I've had I'm still waiting for Shannon Kirkman to get back to me, but let's see. Oh, I also find guests through just Facebook, like going around listening to music on Facebook. When they pop up, and I'll message them, hey, you want to be on a podcast?
Okay.
But most of them are people I've known that through Bobby or that played at the bar.
Okay.
And they're from all over the place. I know a lot of people from the cities. We used to go down to Walewski's and jam at Walewski's. I mean, we were in Clarksdale, met a bunch of people down there, like different people that he's been in bands with. We do local, regional, national, international, and even some indie artists. Got to be careful with the indie artists, though. Make sure you always listen to the music before you invite them on the show. I learned that the hard way. I actually canceled a guest once because I booked him and everything, and then I listened to his music and I was like, oh God, no, I can't. I will lose all credibility what little credibility I have, I'm going to lose if I promote this guy. I mean, good for you. You're doing what you love, but it sounded like a bunch of fifth graders warming up their instruments.
Okay.
Do you play their music on the podcast as well?
Yes. If I can get them to bring their instrument, I let them play live. I encourage that all the time. Other times, if they've got music videos out or video clips, we'll play that after each break and make sure that we promote, how do people find your music? Like, when's your next album coming out? When, I mean, Lydia Rose, I don't know if you've heard of her. She's from Park Rapids. She plays with her dad. They were on Prairie Public something last year. They were featured. They were a featured band. Her dad actually does the production and plays guitar, and she's a really good singer. She was actually on one of Bobby's albums, God May Be Blue. If you look up God May Be Blue, it's her in the video with him singing.
Okay. Can you tell us some of your musical inspirations? Like who inspires you? Why?
It's funny. It used to be, Stevie Nicks was my biggest girl crush growing up. Fleetwood Mac music, Eagles, Ozzy, all of those growing up, and Steve Miller Band, all that stuff. You just that's what I grew up with, and then I forgot how much I loved blues music, until Bobby and I got together. And it's funny now because you look at these people back here. We got Bonnie Raitt, we've got Muddy Waters, Jimi Hendrix, and this is Bobby from one of his first albums, Before the Storm. And I will loan this to you for your display.
Okay.
I have to have this back though. It's
I will
part of
I will
life.
take good care of it.
And then BB King, Buddy Guy. I mean, we got Mississippi Fred McDowell, and we got Eric Clapton over here. I mean, all of these people, they just, and so many of my guests too they just have these inspiring stories. I remember Alice DeMaselli. She's got this album, and it just, like, one of the songs is about and then there's a whole video that goes with it, and it's about fires out in California.
Mm.
I mean, and you listen to like these. That's who really inspires me now. Are my different guests and their stories. I just love hearing their stories and how they got into this and how they stuck with it, because the music industry is not it's not a get rich quick scheme, that's for sure. You do it because you love it. You don't do it because you want to be rich and famous, no matter how good you are. But that's, my guests really inspire me, especially to keep on going with this podcast, because their stories need to get out there. Like, how many people have ever even heard of Lil Bobby? And he was on the charts. Like, his last 3 albums were on the charts.
Yeah.
He was number 1 he had the number 1 spot and the number 2 spot in Minnesota for 6 weeks, I think. And that's never been done. The same artist with held its number 1 and number 2 spot.
Right. Yeah. Wow. If we also, like, speaking of that, if people wanted to listen to Little Bobby music, how would they do that?
YouTube. Go straight to he's on pretty much every platform, but I would start with YouTube. Little Bobby Music. Okay. My podcasts are there too, and his music videos are on there. And then if you go down the rabbit hole, as they say, you'll find another Little Bobby topic, and a lot of his music is on there. Stuff that doesn't have videos. He's actually on every jukebox in the world. So most of it's just his old stuff. I don't think any of his new. I don't think we got far enough to where we could extend his new stuff off. Okay. But there's some really good. Some of his old songs are really good too. So,
is he on Spotify?
Spotify, iTunes. I mean, here, you know what? I will tell you. Oh, I had it on here. You can find Little Bobby Music on all your music platforms, 1,700 blues stations around the globe, and on every jukebox in the world. And he used to have a radio show on Pioneer Radio too.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about where did you grow up? Tell us a little bit about your.
But me, nobody wants to know about me.
We do.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Oh, well then, I grew up. I was born in Wisconsin, and I think I was like 4 or 5 when we moved to my mom and I moved to northern Minnesota. My parents got divorced when I was 3, and we moved to northern Minnesota. Lived in Roseau.
Okay.
Roseau, you say. Yeah, Dan, you betcha. 10 miles from the Canadian border, don't you know? And
that's a pretty good accent.
Oh, thanks. I've been trying to shake it my whole life. I just never did really much with my life. I was a library assistant just out of high school. I actually dropped out of high school. I ran away from home, had an apartment with a friend, worked at the library, and went to the Alternative Learning Center, and worked at the grocery store my senior year, and ended up graduating, getting all my credits in before the rest of my class.
Okay.
And it was funny too, because my mom hated there was a news story because the ALC had just come to Roseau, and I was the first graduate. So they did a little story on me, and it said something in an article that usually people go to the students choose to go to the alternative learning center because they're pregnant or on drugs or and my mom's like, how did they have to put that in there? Oh my goodness. Oh, she was my mom was the greatest. We lived out 13 miles out of town, and it would on a gravel road, and these gravel trucks would be going back and forth, and it was me and the neighbor kids and my cousins here, my cousins over here, and other neighbor, all within a mile stretch, and these gravel trucks are zipping back and forth, and my mom got all kinds of signatures and went and made them put up watch for children signs.
Okay.
Right? But instead of watch for children signs, they put slow children signs up. And my mom got upset and she called, we do not have slow children. Oh my goodness, sorry. Oh, she was the best. So I went to school in Roseau. And then out of high school, met my first husband, Jack, and we both joined the Army. Got married on leave. Yeah, I was just looking through some old pictures there. I was like, wow. My current boyfriend says, where are the Christmas decorations? Yeah, but we got married December 26th, so he wouldn't forget what day it was. Because, you know, men, they always forget. When's your anniversary?
December 31st.
It's either an easy date or you don't remember. But after that, I mean, I was trying to get out of Roseau, up a little town. I used to say that all the time. Every time, like a boyfriend and I would like leave town, we'd drive back in and be like, back to the dumpy little town. You know, it's gotten a lot better since then. Roseau's a great town. They've got a great library, everything. I mean, just sorry. And I ended up meeting. Well, I got married. It only lasted a year. I got my divorce papers on February 14th, and so then I had a little red piece of paper that I put in there. I signed the papers. It said, "Roses are red, violets are blue." I signed your damn papers, so you and mailed those off. But no, we were still friends after that. Thought it was funny. I knew he would. His parents didn't think it was very funny, but after that was over, I was in another relationship, and that didn't work out. And then I myself ended up learning, going somewhere to learn a new profession for a little bit. And right after that was when I met my second husband, and we were married for 20 years. Like from my first marriage, I've got a daughter. She's actually a product of the divorce, but you know, that's a long story. My second husband and I had 3 beautiful children. I've got a beautiful granddaughter now. And after Bobby, I mean, I've got a cute little house. You know? I've got all kinds of physical maladies that don't really allow me to work right now, but I'm still carrying on. You got to keep on keeping on. If I can inspire somebody, if I can help somebody, if I can put a smile on somebody's face, that's what I'm here for. That's what they call me, Mama T.
That's awesome. Kristin, do you have any other follow-up questions? Anything?
No, not really. I mean, was little Bobby from is McIntosh where he lived?
So he was actually born in Red Lake. I think his mom's side was enrolled in Red Lake, and his dad's side, I want to say, was enrolled in Turtle Mountain in North Dakota. But he was raised in Thief River. So he was from Thief River, basically. That's how I ended up meeting him.
Okay.
Was around the same time I met my second husband. And
Okay.
well, it was before that because so little Bobby was dating a friend of mine, and she didn't have a car, and he was blind. He had cone rod dystrophy, so he was legally blind his whole life, and he needed a driver.
Mm. Okay.
Had this little blue Geo Metro. He used to call it the Smurfmobile, right? Until we got T-boned once with his girlfriend and her little brother in the back seat, and we got T-boned. And then they tried fixing the car, right? The dealership or whatever, and they didn't do a very good job because if you sat in the back seat on the side that it got hit, you'd hit a bump and it would scrape. So after that, Bobby used to call the car scrapes, scrapes.
Okay.
And his other nickname, Thunderbuns was one. His other nickname for me was Crepe, and it wasn't the dessert. It was he did talk to text, and he used to call me Cray-Bay, like crazy babe, you know, Cray-Bay, and his phone auto-corrected to Crepe.
Okay.
Cray-Bay, and it auto-corrected, so then after that it was just Crepe.
I totally know that experience.
Mhm.
I do want to let everybody know, so the exhibit we're planning on opening it mid-January, and it will run through the end of April, the end of April. And so this is at Thief River at Northland Community and Technical College. It's in the gallery there. And we'll have an artist reception at some point, but we're featuring little Bobby. And Mama T has been able to give lots of information about little Bobby, and is going to provide us with some memorabilia that we can display. And so I'm really excited. This is a different kind of exhibit because we usually have visual art, and so this is an exhibit featuring music artists. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and we're hoping to have QR codes so people can listen to the music. Is that right?
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make sure people can hear, what they were performing and whatnot. So,
and I've got all kinds of videos of him like just hopping on stage with random people or playing on his own stage, or I mean, he had different bands he'd play with. I think I've got a clip of him at Lebski's playing with Jelly Bean Johnson. I mean, and Alan Kirk. I mean, it just I've got so many video clips, and I'm hoping there's a way we're going to be able to transfer those over, because I was trying to. I was trying to. Computer keeps saying the file is too large. No, it's not.
Yeah. No, we hope to have a lot of that, and we're excited. We're getting it all put together, and so everybody stay tuned for that. This is a little preview, and yeah.
I'm sure we'll do some artist spotlights with some other folks who are featured in the exhibit, and
yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. I mean, Bobby deserves to be featured. He deserved to be featured on a lot of stuff. He was actually on TV in Fargo.
Oh, okay.
They interviewed him on the morning show once, and he's been in, like, when he did album releases, I'd mail out write-ups, and they'd put them in all the papers from here, like about 100-mile radius.
Okay.
And I had a whole collection of them, and they were sitting in the bar, but when I moved out, somebody cleaned all that stuff out and just left their old newspapers and threw them away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just found that out.
Okay. No, we're honored to do this, and thanks. It's been great to talk with you. Thanks for taking time to do this. And and so we put this on our website, and so you can refer to this, see it. And Kristin, you put it on Facebook too.
It's on our Facebook Live, and it's on our YouTube account as well. And then there's a link that will be on our website that will lead you to the YouTube account to watch this. So
awesome.
Yeah. And we also, I should still mention, we are doing a call. So if you are a songwriter or a music professional or a composer, reach out. We'd love to feature you in this exhibit as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
So good. Well, thanks for joining us so last minute and informally.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for being flexible.
Oh, you know, I might be 51 years old, but I'm kind of flexible when it comes to my time anyway.
Yeah.
And your watchers at 5 p.m. Go on Little Bobby
Right.
Buzz on Facebook.
That's
Going
right.
live with this guy,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk about what you guys do.
Yeah.
I mean, we could pull you on too if you want to.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're pretty informal over there too.
Sounds good. Okay. Well,
All right.
thank you. I'm going to end the live stream right now.
Okay, thanks, Kristin.
Yeah. Thank you.